Hi, welcome to Amber's Garden Corner. I'm Amber, and today we're going to look at how our apple cider vinegar is doing, and we're going to discuss some of the uses and exactly what the mother is. I've had a couple questions about that, what we might do with this, and what is the difference between pasteurized vinegar and unrefined vinegar. And that's what this video is about. Pasteurization is a process of heating up liquids or foods to kill viruses and harmful organisms. Louis Pasteur, I believe, invented the process in, I don't know, around 1860 or somewhere around in there, at a time when food production and storage were not, nearly as sanitized as they are today. And this was a big problem for, people and getting bad food and dying, botulism and everything else. The pasteurization process of foods and vinegars don't kill all the harmful microorganisms in the foods, however. They do destroy active enzymes in our food, like the mother with the vinegar, beneficial gut enzymes and have you. It also diminishes the vitamin content of your food. And it kills beneficial bacteria as well, stuff that is healthy for our digestive system. And after all of that process of pasteurization, it doesn't kill all the harmful organisms still. Some of the foods which you can benefit from live foods, and live foods being foods that have active enzymes and beneficial properties to them, are milks and cheeses and cream, vinegar. Almonds now are being pasteurized, and in fact being pasteurized and processed as organic without saying that they're still saying that they're raw, but they're being pasteurized now. California passed a law about that, I'm not sure when. Commercial sauerkraut, yogurt, even eggs. In fact, out of that list, we're going to be making some sauerkraut sometime in the future. Mark really loves sauerkraut, and we just do not have a source to get fresh sauerkraut here in our area. So, I'm going to be making some sauerkraut up so he can enjoy that once again, because he really loves his sauerkraut. A lot of these foods can help benefit and boost giving your immunity a fighting chance, and by consuming them, the live foods versus like the pasteurized foods, you get the benefit of the beneficial bacterias. Vinegar was derived from like the Latin word of sour wine. In fact, I have a couple wines that I'm wanting to make into wine vinegar later on. Maybe we'll go through the process of that. Believe it or not, vinegar has had a long history within the human history. Back in 1394, some French winemakers started going through a process of making vinegar, and they would use oak barrels and put the vinegar and all their ingredients that they were used for that, let it go through the fermenting process, then drain it out like the bottom, and all the mother, as you can see the mother floating in there. The mother that was left into the barrels would be left into the containers, and then they could redo another batch of vinegar using the mother to kickstart the secondary fermenting process, and still have all the beneficial bacteria and everything in that. Once they went through this was able to give them a ready supply to give the people, and it became popular. You know, a lot of people, different flavors, different kinds of vinegars. Vinegar's been used for cleaning and preservatives, preserving things, to help your digestive system, to even give your immune system a boost and support. For beauty and hair treatments, skin treatments, to help your cholesterol, blood sugars, a variety of uses. Now, the mother, which you can see right in here, let's see if we can get a little closer picture. Now, this is the mother, and this is a colony of beneficial bacteria. It's very similar to the SCOBY and kombucha tea, and in fact, in the future, I'll probably be doing a video on making our own homemade kombucha tea. And this helps in the secondary fermenting process of your vinegar. Apple cider vinegar with the mother in it can help balance your bloods and your gut pH, help with prebiotics and cleansing your system out of toxins. A lot of times me and Mark like to have a little bit of vinegar in our salads and stuff before dinner. You know, we like the taste. We really like balsamic vinegar, but we like the taste of it. But it also helps our stomach digest our main meal, the fats and meat proteins and animal proteins that are in our meal. So it really helps with the benefit of your digestive system. Also, another good use for vinegar, not necessarily apple cider vinegar, but vinegar, is it works as a meat tenderizing for when you're cooking your meats. And like I said, it also imparts some lovely flavor into your recipes and what have you. In this part of the series, we're at the point where we can give a little taste test of our vinegar. Oh, something I wanted to show too. So we have this bottle here, and we have this bottle here, which has gone through a little bit more evaporation than the other. And could you, on a quick guess, could you guess which one would be our starter and which one is our non-starter apple cider vinegar? Quick, left to right, left to right. Okay, so this one here, if you remember we labeled it, is the one that we did from scratch without the mother. And this one, which has more evaporation, is the one that we did with help of the mother. So we're going to go ahead and give this a taste real quick. We're going to taste it. We can give it a taste and a smell. If you smell like a more alcoholic-y scent, or if even the flavor isn't quite to your liking, hold on, let me taste this real quick. Oh, here we go. You can see this. Let's see if I can get a better taste here. That's better. Well, that's a good flavor. Of course, it's much more, I guess you could say, apple-y flavor than what you'd get at store-bought. I find that it has more of a deeper back acid taste to it rather than just kind of like right all there on in your face. Now, if I perhaps wanted to make this more acidy, or if it's not acidy, or if it's too acidy even, but let's deal with if it is, let's say this is perfect. So we go ahead and we'll strain this out, and we'll leave the mother so we can continue to make more batches of vinegar. If it's not good enough, or say this is not good enough, we'll go ahead and put this back in our nice warm dark spot and let this ferment for a couple more weeks until we like the flavor it is. Now, if I happen to have pulled this out and found, oh no, it's way too acidy, it's, you know, just very strong, I can go ahead and take this and strain that out and add some distilled water just to mellow out the flavor until we get to the flavor we like. And then go ahead and bottle that up, and then we can use that. You know, of course, make sure be sure to try to save your mother and everything so you can continue making your processes with your vinegar. But as you can see, they're pretty similar. I would say, and let's actually go ahead and taste this one as well, because this one does seem a little bit darker. I'm pretty sure it's not lighting in here either. But let's go ahead and give this a taste. And there you go, you can see that. I know the lighting on my camera does not work very well. Everything's kind of got an orange cast to it. I haven't figured out how to do the white. Anyways, let's try this. Well, I would say with this one, it might have a little more body to it. So maybe I'll put this one back in and ferment it for a little bit longer. See how that changes out from this one. But I would definitely, and it may perhaps it's the prebiotics and everything that are in the mother, but I think this is more of a full body flavored than this one. Well, I hope you liked this series on our apple cider vinegar. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It really, the feedback helps a lot. I do have a surprise over here. At the same time, I didn't tell you because I wanted it to be a surprise in this. I have 2 Mar jars. And if you go back on the videos previously for the apple cider vinegar, you'll see that I strained those out. But in these ones, I left them without straining the fruit out, but to continue with the flavor. And let's take a look at this. Let's see if you can see. I have a very thick mother on this developing. All of the fruit and everything has sunk down, and that's usually when you know you want to separate and pull out your apples and apple bits or scraps, is when they start sinking down. You can go ahead and strain that and let it continue to ferment. And then we have this one. Who has a good, and actually last week this was still bubbling. So, which could you guess would have the mother in it, and which would you think would be the regular starting from scratch? Left or right, the left or right. Which would be your guess? Well, if you guessed the right, it was correct. And again, as I said, this one was still fermenting, heavily. When I looked at it, the jar was just bubbling, 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 bubbling up on the sides. Well, this one has clearly done its business, and it has a beautiful SCOBY on it. Good scent. Let me see if I can kind of, and you can see that is not, contrary to popular belief, that there is not mold or anything nasty that you want. That is the mother and all the beneficial bacteria that create our vinegar. So there's that. I will be straining this out, putting them in nice clean jars and using them as we need. So I hope you really liked this video, and I hope you subscribe. Please leave a comment. We love to hear from you. Tell us what you thought about this series, and have a great day. Don't forget to like, and we'll see you tomorrow.